What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Cajun Towboater Reviews. My name is Bo, aka the Cajun Towboater, and today we have a review for you. It is the NECA Friday the 13th Part 7, the New Blood Ultimate Jason Voorhees figure. Editing Bo here. What I did forget to mention that this is Horror Figure Wednesday, episode 13. Back to the episode. Now we have Jason with his mask on. We have Jason's face after the mask gets ripped off by Tina. We have some weapons. We have the infamous chainsaw, or handle chainsaw, branch saw, whatever you want to call it. We have a cane cutter. We also have a broken mask behind him. We have one of the weapons we see him kind of go to use to kill one of the girls. But we never see him use it. We got his machete as well, and an axe, a kitchen knife, and we also have the tent spike in here as well. It's a little bit bigger. It's like a little bit bigger than they are on the in the movie, but we do have that. So let's go ahead. We'll check out the artwork on the front. It's got Jason's mask with Tina's face with a knife in the middle. On the side we got Jason with Friday the 13th, the New Blood. Oh, wrong way. Same thing on this side. And on the back, we have him with different poses. The figure with different poses. Now I will tell you that branch saw, you got to be careful with that because that thing is easily breakable. So a little bit about him before we go ahead and get him over to the desk and open up the box. So Friday the 13th Part 7 starts off with Tina. Well, before we get into the story and all of that, Paramount was trying to get a Friday the 13th Jason versus Freddy movie going off since the 80s, before they got it done in 2002. They couldn't get the rights, or New Line wasn't sharing the rights for Freddy for them to do that. They couldn't come up with a deal. So someone suggested, why don't we do Jason versus Carrie? They couldn't get the rights to Carrie, so they created their own telekinesis using person named Tina. And Tina, getting into the story, Tina gets her, she sees her dad, who's an alcoholic, abusing her mom. And she runs out, and they're in a cabin on Crystal Lake. Apparently they changed it back to Crystal Lake from Forest Green between Jason Lives and the New Blood. And Tina's all upset with her dad, and he's like, I'm sorry, I'll never do this again, blah blah blah. You know, the typical bullshit excuse that that abusers give. And then Tina gives a little weird stare, and this happens. So after that happens and she kills her dad, turns out she was just dreaming of that memory. She wakes up and Tina's a teenager. It's weird, like everything takes place in the 80s, but the time jump between things happening is really, really weird, because you don't know, did this happen while Jason was still at the bottom of the lake after Jason Lives, or did this happen way before and now there was like 2 dead bodies in there? But no telling the way that they time jump, especially from Tommy Jarvis being a preteen to teenager to Tommy Jarvis being a grown man. They say he's a teenager in A New Beginning, but he is definitely not a teenager in A New Beginning. So we jump back to we come back to Tina being a teenager, and she's heading back to the cabin where she killed her dad, and because her doctor, Dr. Cruz, thinks that it's going to be good, but he's just trying to exploit her telekinesis powers. He is also played by the one that played Bernie on Weekend at Bernie's. Great actor. No one can play a dancing zombie like him. But I digress. So Dr. Cruz is trying to get her to manifest her powers by frustrating her and making her think and like blaming her for her dad's death and all kind of stuff, telling her to use her powers, and she moves a matchbook and they light on fire and stuff like that, and she takes off running because she's pissed off. And she goes to the lake, and she's just missing her dad, and she's thinking about her dad, and her powers start making the water bubble, and she's thinking she's bringing her dad back to life, but it is actually as you can see, it was Jason. Jason pops out, Tina passes out, and they put her in her bed, and she's trying to tell everybody a man came out the lake, blah blah blah. Well, Tina meets one of the guys who is there to throw a party for his cousin. So he invites Tina. One of the girls who wants to be with the guy that invites Tina is being a real bitch to her. She gets what she deserves in the end. But she goes and she's just making fun of Tina, makes one of the guys act like he's in a straitjacket. Tina freaks out, her telekinesis powers go haywire, and it breaks the girl's pearl necklace that her dad gave her, that she was bragging about. And then after that, Tina runs back home, and she's says that she notices a few things, and Dr. Cruz hides the tent spike that was stuck in the screen porch. And after this, Jason kills the cousin that the birthday party is supposed to be for, his girlfriend. He starts taking out people left and right. Now, Jason in this one this is where my favorite Jason comes in, because he's played by my favorite Jason stuntman / actor, Kane Hodder. He's the one that played Jason the most throughout the 80s movies and to the 90s movies. But Kane Hodder was the best. He's the one that he really understood how Jason should move, how to look menacing, even though he wasn't the biggest stunt guy to play Jason. He also has one of my favorite kills, which is the sleeping bag kill. And if you know a lot about how the Friday the 13th movies went when they were being made, the MPAA was constantly making them watered down kills. The kill we get in the movie is not what the kill was supposed to be, but it still ends up being one of my favorite kills. You get to see a little more of what the kill should have been in Jason X. And if they ever release a Jason X figure, the Uber Jason, I'll show that kill. But like I said, Jason continues to kill everybody to where he kills Tina's mother. He kills Dr. Cruz with another one of the best kills ever with the branch saw. Then it's just Tina and I can't remember the guy's name. Is it Nick or something like that? I'll have to remember it. I'll put it up on the screen if I remember it. It's most likely going to end up right here. It's just them two facing down Jason. Tina's fighting with her telekinesis. At one point, she just stares at him doing her powers, using her powers, and the mask rips off. Showing this is one of the best looks we've ever got, like a menacing Jason look. It doesn't look like it was just a mask and nothing was over it, like just a mask over a face to where hardly anything was moving, just the mouth. This one looks like this was really a zombie when you see the face. So we also get one of the best fire stunts in a Friday the 13th movie. I'm not counting Freddy vs. Jason, where Tina sprays kerosene or gasoline all over Jason and the furnace pops out the fire and catches Jason on fire. And then after that, she electrocutes Jason at one point. And then they're fighting. He knocks out the final guy, and Tina starts doing her telekinesis power, and her dad comes out the water looking very good for being in the water dead for 10 years. It's just covered with mud. If y'all know a lot about that, they had a whole thing to where he looked like a zombie too. He had the makeup and everything, and a whole bunch of crap went on that they had to refilm that, and they just barely put a little bit of mud here and there, and that was it. But he goes, puts the chain around Jason, and drags him back into Crystal Lake. And that's where the movie ends before part 8. So let's go ahead and we'll move this over to the desk and take it out the box. But before that, let's go ahead and cue that intro. Alright, and here he is out of the box on the turntable. We're going to go ahead and check out his accessories first. So like I said in the intro, you want to be careful with this, with the little chainsaw, branch saw, whatever it is, because whenever I first got the figure and tried to put it in his hands, it broke. So let me kind of get a little closer. See if you can see it. Alright, yeah. It broke right here. So I Gorilla Glued it and stuff like that, and I sanded it down. So I'm going to get some silver paint and just paint over that. But yeah, be careful with this. It definitely is very, very fragile. Very, very hard plastic, fragile. Alright, it comes with an extra head. The yelling head that whenever Tina rips off the mask with her telekinesis. The cool thing about this, on the back of the head, you see it has a little hole. So the mask has a little peg that sticks in the back of the head to where it does the ripping off, and it shows Jason screaming or roaring, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So it is pretty cool the way they did that. Alright. That's the only head he comes with. It does come with an extra pair of hands, which the skeleton hand, like the bones through the gloves and stuff like that, and decaying, looks awesome. I do like that, how they do that. Comes with the axe, which this axe, it's part of one of my favorite kills, which in the intro you should see that that little clip pop up. He does come with this. I forgot who he... Oh, I think he kills Tina's mom with this. A little cane knife or cutter. This is a big kitchen knife. I don't remember who he kills with that. And we got his machete like always. Then we have the tent spike, which this is huge compared to the size in the movie. But it's covered with blood. I guess that's when he kills the final guy. I can't remember his name. I should have looked it up before starting to film this. But it's whenever he kills his cousin. And then you got this. And this is when he kills the little the girl that wants to look pretty and all kind of stuff, and she ends up hiding in the barn, and he punches through, and this is what he has in his hand. So yeah, that is the accessories, but as you can tell, the figure, just from standing on here, it does stand easy. The joints are a little stiff, but as it's turning, I mean, you can check it out. I do like the design of it and everything. But let's go ahead, we'll get it off the turntable and check it out. Alright, here he is off of the turntable. So let's go ahead and check him out. The design, like the waterlogged, decaying clothes, because I mean he's been sitting in there for years, because according to the lore in the movies, years have passed since Tommy Jarvis and Megan have put him in the lake after he was resurrected and from Jason Lives. So the clothes are all torn up. You can see his ribs, his skin is decaying, so it is pretty cool. He's got his mask can come off. He's got a gnarly looking face. Get a little closer, let's see if we can get it to focus on it. There you go, a little better. He's got the chain around his neck from what Tommy and Megan put on him. He's got the bones showing in his hand and his fingers, ligaments and all of that. He's got his kneecap showing. His back has his spine showing, which is pretty awesome as well. So which is, like I said, they did pretty good with this one. This is my favorite Jason, and I'm not just saying it's a pretty good figure because it is my favorite. NECA has knocked it out the park when it comes to the Jason figures. So yeah, it's menacing, it's good looking, and I mean it reminds me of the movie. So let's go ahead and check out his articulation. His shoulder, they're a little stiff, but they can do a 360. He's got double jointed elbows. They can move a little better than the last figures because you don't have the sleeve right here, and plus it is double jointed. Some of them were single jointed. His wrist can't really move up or down or left or right. Oh, hold on, yes they can, they just stiff. There we go, I noticed it after. Down and up. Yeah, like I said, it was just stiff. He's got a ab crunch, torso crunch, or swivel, and turn 360. That's about how far his arm can come out. He's got a single jointed knee. He can bend like that. He can kick out that much. His foot can go down that much, can come up that much. He's got an ankle swivel, but it's very tight. No bicep swivel, no thigh swivel. He can split this much. And his head, let's see, I'll take off the mask. He can look up that much. He can look down that much. So yeah, this is a pretty good figure. I like it. I enjoy it. I'm sorry, my son's being noisy. But I do enjoy it. I give this a 9.5 out of 10 because it is a great figure, great design, looks just like from the movie. I would have given it a 10 if this wouldn't have broke, but other than that, it's a 9.5. This is like I said, a great figure, and it's not just because this is my favorite Jason. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe. If you have seen my 100th video / thank you video, my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook have changed to the Cajun Towboater because it combines both my Cajun Towboater reviews and Cajun Towboater plays page, YouTube channel. Sorry. That way I can post everything on there. I did create a subreddit with you can search the r/ActionFigureReviews. You can find me on there. You can post your stuff on there. It doesn't have to just be action figures. So you can search on Reddit for that as well, that subreddit. I did create a Patreon as well. It will pop up in the corner and will be in the description as well. This is to help out with the cost of replacing things or anything that goes on as well. If you do want to subscribe, you'll get extra things. We have giveaways. If you're not part of the Patreon, when we start doing giveaways, you'll have to comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe to join. But if you're on the Patreon, which means you're already subscribed, sorry, you'll be put into, depending on which tier you're on, you'll be put in, you'll get extra entries into the giveaways when we start doing giveaways. Once we get to 100, we'll count down to 200. We'll do that first giveaway at 200. Other than that, I'd like to thank y'all for watching, and
thanks for coming out.